Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is September 8, 2021. We will talk about top solar stocks. So as you scan through here, we got top performers on a yearly basis. Top of the list is Sunworks SUNW. A great performance 1120 for 1 year. And then we got Rene Solar, $7.13 stock and 319% performance in 1 year. And we got Dak, one of my favorites, nice performance of 222%. And we got Jinko Solar, Enphase, one of my favorites here, BEEM Global, iSun, so on and so forth. As you scan through here quickly, some of the stocks like Sunwork, like Rene Solar, they got low RSI. That tells you even up here you can buy these stocks. And also we got Enphase here with 49 RSI, and Beam also 50 RSI, iSun. So all these low RSI stocks, I think it's ripe to buy at this time. And then we got here institution buy. Looks like Sunworks is being bought by institutions, 19%. That's a good institution buy. And we also have Jinko Solar being bought by institutions, and Beam high institution buy ratio here, and even Sunnova here. And also look at the short ratio here. Sunworks 17% short ratio, and Jinko Solar 14%, Beam 39%, and SunPowe 18%, and Sunnova 15%. So this high short ratio will cause these stocks to go up on any good news and cause the short squeeze. That's why I like some of these plays here, coupled with the low RSI, institution buy, and a high short ratio. That's a good formula for a short squeeze. And then on the bottom performance on performers on a yearly basis, we got here STECF, First Solar, Next Era, CSIQ, and so on and so forth. So as you scan through, many of these companies have got a little lower RSI. For example, Sunrun here, RSI 47, Canadian Solar, RSI 48. I think those are the lower, and we got AZRE 49 and FTCI 49. So I think some of these are low RSI. And as you scan through here, Shoals looks like there's an institution buy here 10%, and Maxion, which is beaten down off late, there's a high institution buy here 52%. I'd be willing to look at some of these stocks and buy along with these institutions here. And look at the short ratio here. Canadian Solar CSIQ, there is a high short ratio of 11%, and also Sunrun has a high short ratio here, 16%, and Maxion very high short ratio, 13%. I'm willing to look at some of these stocks here and buy them at at this rate here. And look at ARRY here. ARRY right now RSI is 58, but has not performed well in 1 year. I'm willing to look at ARRY also at these levels and buy slowly. So with that, let's look at top news in these solar stocks and take it from there. From a top news perspective, looks like it's time to buy First Solar. Demand is up, margins are up, and the management is investing over $1 billion in expanding the capacity. So we should look at First Solar here. I think it's a growth story. Probably good to invest in First Solar on any down day. And then you got here Sunrun. Stock dropped 16.5% in August. It acquired Vivint Solar for $3.2 billion. I think this one could be a good one to buy into this drop in August. Then we got Enphase Energy. They outpaced the market here, raise in revenue as the demand for companies' microinverter systems outstrips supply. It's always good to have demand outstrip supply. That will give these companies nice growth as we go forward. And you got Jinko Solar. Looks like they're promoting carbon neutrality, which is good. And Canadian Solar Looks like they signed some agreement here, which is always good. And we got Azure Global. Looks like they beat on earnings, and also shares are up. That's good. And Array, this has been lagging a little bit as we saw in the previous chart. It may be good to buy now, according to Insider Monkey. And we got SunPowe listed as one of the 3 stocks that will grow and soar. And Rene Solar looks like they beat on the earnings and revenues drop. So let's look and see if it's good to buy Rene Solar at these levels. So with that, as we look through these top solar stocks here, top of the list we got Sunworks here, $7.26 stock, still not very expensive. Institutions are buying, as you can see here, nice institution percentage here, 19%. And they got sales growth, as you can see here, they're growing the sales 232% quarter over quarter. Nice gross margin. RSI is low, tells you even up here you can buy the stock. And IV percentile is low. If you're an options buyer, you could buy the options of Sunworks without paying too much because of the low IV percentile. I would rather buy Sunworks outright because low dollar stock, you should rather buy stock outright. So as you scan through here, there is a high short float, tells you this can cause a short squeeze, and performance has been not doing great in last 1 day, 1 week, all the way to 6 months. So I think this is why it's a good stock to buy at this level. It's been lagging the market, and IV percentile is low, RSI is also low, tells you stock is oversold, and big institutions are recognizing this and they are buying the stock here. I would buy along with these institutions and buy Sunwork up here. And then you got Rene Solar here, $7.13 stock. As you scan through here, their quarterly sales kind of dropped, and they got good gross margin here. RSI 50 tells you this stock also is oversold at these levels, and they got short float is not much here, but as you can see here, they've been not doing great, but now they're getting the groove back. Right now this is a turnaround story. Stock is trying to make a comeback here. I would be slowly buying Rene Solar at these levels. Then we got Dak Energy. It's a China-based energy company here, $63 stock. As you scan through here, they got nice yearly growth here, revenue growth. I always love revenue growth here, and good, nice gross margin, handily beats rule of 40, and they also have a net margin here. Company is making money. And as you look through here, RSI is 56, which is still okay to buy slowly. And as you scan through here, they got a little bit higher short ratio here, and it's been performing nicely of late. So I would probably buy this one in a pullback and take it from there. And then we got a couple more here: Jinko Solar, Enphase, BEEM, iSun, SunPowe, and Nova. As you scan through here, we got institutions buying Enphase a little bit, BEEM big time, and also Nova. I think institutions are buying Nova. And as you scan through here, many of these stocks have got nice sales growth. I love this. And also as you scan through here, low RSI. So that's good one. So the moment you see low RSI, tells you right now it may be good entry point. And as you scan through here, from a short perspective, we got high short ratio in Jinko Solar, BEEM, SunPowe, and Nova. So these stocks can cause short squeeze on any good news. Even iSun, it's got higher short ratio here. So with that, as you scan through here from a performance perspective, many of these stocks are not doing great of late. That's why I think it's good to good entry point at these levels here. Then we got here AY $38 stock as you scan through here, and right now RSI is 49, tells you stock is oversold here. You could buy some AY at these levels. And then you got Canadian Solar here, $37 stock. As you scan through here, nice sales growth. I love sales growth in Canadian Solar here. And RSI is low, tells you stock is oversold. I think it's good to buy some Canadian Solar here. And as you scan through shoals here, institutions are buying here. I would buy along with the institutions here. And also has nice gross margin. RSI is a little high. You could wait for a little more pullback here and buy some shoals. As we have Sunrun, FTCI, Azure, Maxion. As you scan through here, all of them have got low RSI. It's good to buy. And there is a good institution buying in both Azure and Maxion. You could buy along with the institutions here. And as you scan through here, they've been doing pretty okay off late. It's good to buy them on a pullback and add to your position. And then you got Array here. Array is the bottom performer, down 64%. I think this one is good to buy slowly on the pullback. Off late stock has been going up, as you can see here, in 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month. So as you scan through this here, pay close attention here. We got many stocks with the institution buying. I think those are the good ones to look through. And coupled with the high short ratio like Sunworks, Jinko, and we got BEEM, SunPowe, so on and so forth, it's good to focus on those stocks, especially given low RSI levels below 55 or 56. So with that, now let's look at a few charts and see what we can spot. From a chart perspective, we got Sunworks here. As you see here, Sunworks stock has been in the trading range for a while, but as it's in the trading range, look at the on the balance volume. On the balance volume is pretty steady. That tells you, the big institutions are buying into Sunworks, taking advantage of this trading range situation here. So I would be buying along with these big institutions here. As you see here, institutions are scooping up Sunworks, 19% institution transactions. That's a good one. So coupled with the high short float, that could be a recipe for a short squeeze. So that's why a low dollar stock like Sunwork can go up and cause short squeeze. And then we got Rene Solar here, SOL. As you scan through, similar trend here. Stock is in a trading range for a while here. As you scan through, on the balance volume is pretty steady. So this is why I would buy into Rene Solar also at these levels. And this one does not have too big a short ratio, but as you can see here, stock is turning around in the near term. So that's why I would be willing to buy Rene Solar or SOL at these levels. And then you got Jinko Solar here. Jinko Solar has got institution buy here 8%. That's a good one. And also as you scan through, it's got a high short ratio. Stock is turning around in last 2 weeks or so. I would be willing to buy Jinko Solar and any down days here. Look at the on the balance volume. It's rising. That tells you institutions are buying this company. That's why you see on the balance volume going up. And then you got ENPH Energy, one of my favorite stocks here. Right now RSI is 49, tells you stock is oversold. So as you scan through here, nice chart. It's a bullish territory. Stock is trying to bounce off of its 100-day moving average. Also on the balance volume is pretty steady. That tells you money is flowing into ENPH Energy. And as you scan through here, we got institutions buying slowly, and RSI is 49, tells you stock is oversold, and not too much short float at these levels. So I would buy into ENPH Energy at these levels here. And then we got a couple more here. We got BEEM. As you look through BEEM here, nice looking chart. Stock is in a trading range for last couple of months or so, but on the balance volume is steady. That's why I would buy into BEEM here. As you scan through here, it's got institutions buying their stock, which is always good. And short ratio is one of the highest here, 39%. That's why BEEM can cause a short squeeze here. I would be a buyer of BEEM at these levels. And then we got iSun here, $7.67 stock. stock is stuck in the trading range for a long time, but on the balance volume is rising. That's why this is also a good stock to buy at these levels. As you scan through here, iSun, it also has got a relatively high short ratio here. I think it's a good one to buy slowly. And then we got SunPowe. SunPowe also same trend here. Stock is in the trading range for a while. On the balance volume is pretty steady here. And as you scan through here, it's got a high short ratio of 18%. So I would buy into SunPowe also here, given it's doing pretty well here. And then we got Sunnova here, NOVA. As you scan through here, stock is right now in the trading range. On the balance volume is pretty steady here. It's got nice sales growth or revenue growth, as you can see here. Institutions are buying Sunnova here. RSI 51 tells the stock is still oversold. So I'm willing to buy some Nova at these levels and take it from there. And then you got a couple more here. We got AY. As you can see here, nice stock pattern here. It's in an uptrending market right now, and also on the balance volume is rising. That's a good story here. And as you scan through here, nice sales growth, and RSI is 51 tells the stock is still oversold. So I would buy some AY at these levels. I like this on the balance volume going up. That's a good one. And then you got Canadian Solar here, a $37 stock. Nice sales growth. I love the sales growth here. Low RSI. As you scan through here, this is also in a trading range right now. On the balance volume is pretty steady. I would be willing to buy some Canadian Solar at these levels and take it from there. And then we got here Sunrun. Stock is in the trading range. On the balance volume is pretty steady. As you scan through here, we got short ratio is high, 16%. This also can cause some short squeeze because of the low, because of high short ratio here. And it's got a nice sales growth. That's a good one fundamentally. So I would be a buyer of Sunrun at these levels here. And last but not least, Maxion, beaten down stock, down 70% from 52-week high. As you scan through here, institutions are buying. They recognize the value here, and short ratio is high, 13%. Does not have a sales growth here, but I'm willing to buy at these levels along with the institutions here. So with that, let's jump in here and understand when to buy and sell stocks. Typically, from an entry point perspective, look for a low RSI, so less than 55 or so. And when that happens, if the on the balance volume is racing, that indicates smart money is flowing into the stock. That makes it a nice and good entry point here. You could buy the stock at those levels. If you already have the stock, or if you want to sell short or buy some put option, look for RSI greater than 60 and on the balance volume falling. So in this scenario, if you already have the stock, you could sell it slowly, or if you don't have the stock, then you could buy some put option, take advantage of price falling. Always buy and sell in stages, so that way you don't buy and sell it all at once. You don't have single stock risk. Stocks that are consolidating for a while, look for some signs of bullishness before you jump in. For the stocks nearing 52-week high, look for a pullback before buying. That will give you a good margin of safety. And stocks nearing the 52-week low, look for a sign of price increase before buying. And when the stock comes up with a huge price drop, look for some sign of bullishness, so that way you don't buy into a falling knife. And the high short ratio can be a good catalyst, especially when the stock is sold off and there is a institutions or insider buying. That shows the conviction from insiders and big money managers. Look at the fundamentally good companies with a positive sales growth, tip and gross margin, look for rule of 40, where quarter over quarter sales growth plus gross margin is greater than 40. And when there is a secular biotech stock which is down on a bad news, maybe FDA approval, clinical trial, or a downgrade, it's okay to buy some at those levels, be a contrarian. Don't buy a whole lot, but buy some so that way you have skin in the game. And if you're an option buyer, look for low RSI that tells you stock is oversold, and look for low implied volatility. That way you don't pay too much money into in premiums as you buy the call option. So that's why if you're an option buyer, especially a call option buyer, look for low RSI and low implied volatility. If you're a call option seller, look for high RSI. You want stocks to be overbought, and also high implied volatility. So that way you get some more option premium. So if you're a call option seller, typically sell at the higher level, higher than the current stock price. So that way you take advantage of this high RSI and high IV. If you're a put option seller, look for low RSI. So you want stock to be oversold and it's got room to run, and also high IV or implied volatility. So that way you can collect more premium. If you're a put option buyer, look for high RSI, meaning stock is overbought at these levels. You want the stock to come down, and also low implied volatility, because you don't want to pay too much into this put options. That's why you want IV rank to be low. So with that, thank you very much. Happy trading. Have a good one.